see you have a metal chair, are you gonna whack someone across the head and pin them?
Oh yeah. Nah, I'm a part-time wrestler. So.
You mean luchador?
Yeah, sure. Alright, I think we can start with that. So, oh yeah, let me turn off my Twitter feed. You don't want to see my Twitter feed. You definitely don't want to see Zawa's Twitter.
Hey. I have an AD, mind you. Good luck trying to find it.
Alright. So anyway,
I don't see it in here. Sorry.
Oh. Okay.
Or did we do it last year? I mean, last year. Did we do it last week? The Tekken anime.
I think we went over that, but
I don't know.
But in case we didn't, yes, that is happening though, because yeah, it's a series on Netflix.
So it's probably gonna be 8 episodes tops.
Probably 8 episodes. Is it? Probably. I don't imagine it's too big of a show. It's like a one-off kind of thing. It seems like, and then CGI. Like I think it's mostly CGI, not hand traditional whatever. But it looks pretty good. I mean, it makes,
except for there was like some parts the shading looks
weird. I know someone memed about that, and it was like a lot of triangles. It was like a lot of triangle shadows or something like that.
I mean, if it works for the art style, it works. But if it's like,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I want to see him in a full episode and stuff like that and whatever. So
in motion,
in full motion. Let's just put it that way. So in case,
and like how I mentioned in another dude's Twitter. I saw King and I was like, okay, I'm invested. And someone like DM'd me on Discord and say, you just see King and you're invested. It's like, yeah. Well, what about Jin? Who?
Yeah.
I see Dad. I don't care about yours. I see Dad.
Yeah, it's mostly about Jin, Kazama, and then you see Heihachi, of course, and then of course Jim's mom, which is Jun Kazama. So mostly surrounding that sort of storyline for the most part.
But I am interested because we only heard the English audio of the series. I'm interested in the Japanese voice cast because remember the original Heihachi
right.
Seiyu passed away. So who took up the mantle? That's my $1 million question.
That's right. And the guy who replaced the original Seiyu also passed away. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like that's damn, you know what I mean? So it really adds up to like who is really going to take up the mantle. So I mean, it could be actually, I don't know. That's actually kind of hard. I can't think of.
It's really hard. Like,
it's hard, yeah. I mean, it could be a brand new voice actor, brand new who can sound like Heihachi. You know, maybe an in between. But what?
It's gonna be Osuka Akiko. Akio.
Yeah.
AKA it's Blackbeard. You're just gonna hear him laughing as Blackbeard in Heihachi's body, and it's like, you know what? That's not far off.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And then he says Straw Hat for some odd reason. It's like,
oh yeah, Mugiwara. Yeah.
It's like, hey, Heihachi. Wrong anime. Wrong series.
No, he's possessed by Blackbeard. Because
if there's a devil fruit that does that, then go right ahead.
Yeah, I know, right? And plus it's Namco, so you know they have the license for One Piece, so I guess they can maybe pull that off. Anyway, so that's happening. I'll definitely check it out. It looks pretty more than decent enough, so I'll check it out for sure. So yeah, in case we didn't cover that, there you go. Well, anyway, I think we have a lot to cover, but before that, this is 180, episode 180. Now we're getting pretty close, that much closer to 200, so it's pretty crazy.
So since it's an episode 180, shouldn't we just like be talking?
Yeah,
like we don't look at anybody. We're just talking. Like
yeah. Yep. But yes, it is 180 with yours truly, Sean, as always, aka kofxv, with ZawarudoWrrryy, as the co-host. I guess for those who are watching it from YouTube, I guess I'll like briefly mention it, but I've changed the name of the channel back to kofxv instead of the Hawk anymore, because times have changed again. There's no more like any of those like MCNs and stuff like that, like Machinima. Remember that name from YouTube back in the day, with all the red versus blue. Is it red? No, I'm sorry. No, is it red? Is it red versus?
Yeah, it's red versus blue.
Okay.
That's where they started.
Yeah, that's where they started. And yeah, so shows like that, they were actually known for, but they kind of moved away from Machinima at some point because I don't know, it could just be the corporate treatment or sort of thing, and they just focused on what was popular on YouTube at the time. So stuff like that. Once upon a time, there were things called MCNs, and I thought having a number in your name is like a detriment to your, I guess, professional image, and and advertising and stuff like that. So that's why I changed it just to the Hawk. You know what I mean? So, but there's no point to it because there's none of that anymore, and who the fuck cares? and things are gonna be changing always anyways, so I don't know. I just went back to my old name. I still use that name on all my other accounts for when it comes to gaming and social media and whatever, so that's me. So hey, I'm still me. It's just that the channel name is back to the old one, and everything else will remain the same pretty much for the most part. The videos where I'm talking about stuff, the Hawk Talks, that's going to be the same, so I'll leave it there. But that will not be the main name of the channel. So that's pretty much the news. But anyway, briefly, my week has been going pretty well. I will be talking about Gran Turismo later on because there's stuff going on there. But I've been playing that game, and then I've been playing, well, as always, Genshin Impact. But I'm pretty much gonna be waiting on Ghostwire Tokyo, which is coming out Friday. So by the time this video comes out, or this episode comes out, I'm definitely have played it at some point. So I can't wait for that. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I like the hand signs and all the hand gestures and stuff like that when you attack. So it would definitely be spooky because Ikumi lend her artiste chops into that game, so her designs are in the game, so that's pretty cool. So I'll definitely check it out. And yeah, so that's pretty much sums up my my week. So how has your week been?
Been pretty good. I'm also on the gonna get Ghostwire. Drops the ghost. Tokyo Wire drops the ghost.
Tokyo Ghoul.
I haven't even watched that anime.
Me neither, but I probably should at some point. I heard Josh has said a lot of good things about it, so I'll probably check it out at some point.
I did watch finally Tokyo Revengers, but anyways. Tokyo Ghostwire, I will be purchasing it too, but
it's Ghostwire Tokyo, but it's close enough.
No, Tokyo Ghostwire.
Okay.
You see the big Tokyo and then Ghostwire.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway,
I will be getting that game later. Then on top of that, I'm finally gonna crack my bank account and buy an SSD for the PS5. Don't know what's gonna be on there. Probably like games that I don't play. Or
I've been kind of debating
slow.
on that too. But go ahead. Sorry.
Like if I were you and you want to test it out, just buy a 500 gigabyte SSD. Me, I'm just jumping into a 1 terabyte.
Right.
Like,
You're talking about the strip one, right? Like the one you put inside the plate. Yeah. Yeah. So, been debating about that, but the I've been looking at the graphics cards again, and they've been those prices have been going down. So
they've been going down, but it's not to the point where I'm going to need it.
Yeah. It is tempting though.
It is.
It is tempting because some of the 3060s are now like just $100 off from or up from their MSRP. So I'm just like, oh man, so I should probably wait till the tax returns or whatever comes in, and then I'll decide from there. Because by that time it should be cheaper, right? So I mean, because it's like that's like months away. So I should probably just wait.
It only took like what, fucking 2 to 3 years for it to finally
settle down,
stabilize.
But yeah, because guess what? The fucking 40 series are coming in anyway, so everyone's gonna be hopping on that. That's pretty much it. I mean, anything else? Sorry, wanted to dabble from your week.
Pretty much it.
Okay.
Which tomorrow I'm gonna have to buy like picture frames and stuff.
Oh yeah. All right, so that's that is our weeks, how we've been. So, but we do. It has been pretty dry over the course of a couple weeks, but we definitely have today a lot of fighting game news in comparison to before to talk about. So let's get right into it. So anyway, let's start off a little small. Although this was something a little disappointing to me, but it is what it is. And it is a collaboration between Virtua Fighter 5 and Tekken. Tekken, yeah. Chicken. No, anyway, specifically, this is for Virtua Fighter 5, of course, with the Ultimate Showdown. It's just costumes from Tekken to here. And I mean, it looks good for what it is. There's a costume of Kazuya, and then also with Heihachi. I don't know who exactly. I know it's Akira is wearing this costume for Kazuya or of Kazuya. Heihachi, I'm not too sure. I'm not familiarized with all the characters, but it's one of the old man characters from Virtua Fighter. So. But yeah, it looks cool. Okay, I recognize that old man, but I forget his. Oh, it's Lao. Okay, it's Lao. So, Lao has Heihachi's costume. So, it looks pretty good. I mean, especially when it's running on that Dragon engine. It definitely shows off the costume pretty well. It renders it pretty well. So yeah, there's not much to it. It's just 2 costumes. I don't think there's any other ones, so that is pretty much it on that side. But it just seems like Virtua Fighter 5 has been kind of picking up the pieces again, and is returning back to like a lot of people's radar. Seems like, because guess what? It was free for at least for a month on PlayStation Plus. So there you go. So that kind of helped as well. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, any comment from you? You got anything?
Nope.
Alrighty. That's it. Just skins.
Again, it looks good.
Yeah.
As you said, it looks good. So all the season fighters for Virtua Fighter, there you go. We need more of these kind of like collaborations.
Yeah, for sure. make
for
things
some fighting games.
for sure. It makes things very interesting. I mean, when it comes to Street Fighter, there's a lot of within the universe, sort of like, you know, Capcom costumes, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, more fighting games, you know, needs to sort of tackle this sort of things to make things a little fresh or interesting, or you know, keep players.
Arc Systems with their games, I'm sure they can just like knock on the door and just ask like,
Right.
can we get some? Can we use a character from you, from your library, to be a skin for this one character?
The problem with that though is the way they create their characters is because they have to pretty much make a new model again. Yeah, because it's not. Well, I mean, it is Unreal Engine, but the way they do it is different, because it's not like with Capcom and Tekken and all the other games where they make the character model, but they then have the costume on a different layer and stuff like that.
Sorry, people, you cannot just drag and drop.
Yeah, it's a different layer, so you can't just you know, Guilty Gear Guilty Gear and like Dragon Ball Fighters and all that stuff. They can't just, you know, be like, whoa, there's these costumes, you know, like Capcom can do, because again, it's all in one mold, it's one model with the flappy stuff and everything. There's pros and cons to it, right? So obviously the cons is that you can't swap in costumes and monetize it from there. What we can do with that is individually animate whatever you want with that model, so it look really good when you're doing like intros and outros and the cinematic attacks and stuff like that. So it looks really good. That's why Guilty Gear Strive, everyone says, oh, it looks so good, That's because that's how it's made. That's, you know, that's why it looks so good. The price, ironically, is that you can't put a price on it, you know what I mean, you know, like a ongoing live service price on it or monetize it, because you can't do costumes. I mean, they could, but it's gonna take a long time because of how they do things, you know. That's why with Dragon Ball Fighters, you know what I mean, like when it comes to like, oh, base Goku and this Goku and that Goku, funny enough, and then there's Android 21 and there's Lab Coat and Android 21. They're all different characters. They're all different models. They're not like swap-ins or anything like that. They're different models, you know. So that's why, you know, you don't see all those costumes in those games. So that's just kind of how it works. So again, there's pros and cons to it, of that process. You know, take it for what it is. You know, that sort of thing. But yeah. That is how it goes. More fighting game news. This is now for DNF Duel, and they were previously revealed Ghostblade, but now we get to see an actual like gameplay video, which I will show here. Hold on. It like turned into like 3060 for some reason.
Because that's what we are meant
to
see. Or
not 3060, fucking 360p. No. 3060p was like...
It doesn't matter, because that's what we're supposed to see it. Because, you know, this...
That's how we're supposed to see it.
Yeah. Because Dungeon Fighters, for everyone, is a freaking old game. This is like early, mid-2000s.
Yeah.
This was back in the day that you would be playing MapleStory, Vindictus, no, MapleStory, Mabonagi, then Dungeon Fighters, then Vindictus, and then Dragon-S. All the things from Nexon.
Yeah.
Is it Nexon?
Yes, Nexon.
I believe. See, I'm fucking old. I played all of those games.
Yeah,
I'll give you a fucking... He's Hawk here.
Yeah.
Seen. Hawk here.
Yes.
Already heard my list of like MMOs and games.
Yes.
That I played back in the day. How did I fit that all into my lively schedule? Don't ask.
Yeah. I mean, well, we were younger back then, so we had like a lot more time. So that's the sort of phase we've had, you know.
Probably. I don't know. My boyfriend would fucking just skip school and to do a fucking event on Maple Story, and not tell me.
Oh my god, Maple Story. I mean, I didn't play it, but I've always I used to have a neighbor who I visit like every fucking summer, right, like every single day of summer. I went over to my friend's house, right, who lived across the street, and I just like hang out, lay on his bed, and he's just playing fucking Maple Story. I'm like, bro, we need to do something. He's like,
I'm right here.
Hold on, I gotta get this whatever, right? And it's like, oh my god. So I'm just like,
story.
The Maple Story. And then he also did the same thing with League of Legends, which is funny enough. Like he was playing League of Legends on this like old ass Dell laptop. I always remember that laptop. But yeah.
He had Adele? He had her number?
Oh my god. Anyway, let's just go through this video.
Yeah. Yes, everybody. He has a standoff. And yes, he is pretty much a bit of Virgil.
Virgil, yeah, pretty much. Kind of like, pretty much a Virgil architect, I guess. Looks cool though. Yep, next on. There you go. Just to double confirm, if you're wondering. And then you know, you gotta remember, aiding is also helping with the development as well, which means it's going to be a pretty crazy fighting game. So yeah.
Yes, but
yes.
I want, off topic, I want aiding or fucking somebody to take away the freaking license of Bloody Roar from Konami.
Oh man, I know.
Like fucking somebody please take it away from
Or somebody buy Konami.
Or Konami's not doing shit with their IPs.
I know.
Freaking pachinko machines.
Ah, Bloody Roar. Oh man. I used to play a lot on my GameCube. Oh man.
See, if they bring Bloody Roar back now in today's graphics, all the blood and the transformation, the fucking fur on those creatures.
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit, I'll be like, yes!
Yeah, it could be either on Unreal or it could be the RE engine too, like, you know, that Capcom's been using. The RE engine or I think that's pretty much it, yeah, right? That's like, yeah, because most of the fighting games are using Unreal, and then Capcom's gonna be using RE engine soon, or not soon, but like, you know what I mean, with Street Fighter 6. So yeah, pretty sure. But yeah, Ghostblade looks cool. That's all I can say. I mean, again, I don't know much about the dungeon fighter and stuff like that, but other than, well, the characters look cool. So I mean, I know of it, but I haven't played it, so that's why I'm not too familiarized with it. So there was also I think I put it. Oh yeah, I should have put it under DNF stuff, but there was another video, I think, before. But anyway, the important stuff is that the not only another character was teased, which was female mechanic, but there was a release date for it. So now we have June 28th to look forward to of 2022, because that's the official release date for DNF Duel. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I actually had a lot of fun with the beta, so I'm definitely going to pick it up right away as it comes out. So hopefully the single player content will be fun, because that's mostly where I dive into for most fighting games. But you know, if friends are going to pick it up and play online, then I'll definitely try to get some games with them. But If not, then I'll just play mostly offline. Maybe try out online just to see, like, to test drive the netcode and stuff like that, which was good when it worked, or when everything else was working, when the planets aligned. But you know, it's a beta, so hopefully they can get that going.
Nope. Just gonna crash and burn.
Oh, you mean like Strive with their lobby system? Oh man, that shit is
that
awful.
Thing that was very invigorating.
It was,
I mean, not invigorating. It was very fucking like. It's like, okay, let's go fight here on this little console. Connecting, and then, disconnect.
And then here's your avatar. Oh, it's over here now. Oh, it's over here now. Oh, it's over here now. Oh, wait, Zawa, we gotta get to the station. Oh.
It's like, can I just send you a room code?
It's a fucking. Well, we don't want. Well, we want to avoid friend codes and room codes too, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
It almost came to that part. It's like, do you want just a room code so we can just do this shit?
Yeah. Hey, at least KOF works from what I've been hearing, so yeah. So anyway, June 28th again is the release date for DNF Duel, and I guess to throw on this one too, they're having Arc Revo pretty much running the esports events for DNF Duel, so they're actually going to have some sort of money pot money pot for DNF Duel, so all the competitive players can join in and try to win some big money, because I think by the time, well, I don't know if this is for the final like event or just overall, but the prize money is going to be 100K, along with Strive, I think, also 100K as well. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's just for the final event or all the events, like spread out and stuff like that. They'll have like smaller pods and stuff like that. But either way, it's nice that, you know, they're putting that much attention into, at least with DNF Duel, along with Strive too, because of course Strive has been succeeding as an ArcSys game. But you know, DNF Duel, they're giving it a chance, and they're seems like they're pretty confident that this will do well as well. You know, so any other comments you got for DNF Duel with all the stuff that's been coming out for it?
Have fun.
All right. I have June to look forward. Well, it's the end of June, granted, but I have June to look forward to nonetheless. So again, hopefully the new, single-player content will be fun enough at least. So anyway, we do have this one as well, which is another big update for Street Fighter V. And pretty sick, I must say, for those who have been sticking around for Street Fighter V for a very long time, especially with some of the change, because this includes changes for the characters, right? Battle balance, and some of the things are actually pretty surprising. So you can juggle better with Ryu. Now you can cancel more stuff with Ed. And then Alex as well. Alex has more uses with his grab, or his stun gun, headbutt. And well, although granted, I think that's only during I think either V skill 2 or V triggered or something like V skill 2. Sorry. But because V skill 2 allows you to cancel your special moves into another special move for Alex. But you couldn't do that, I guess, with his headbutt previously. So there was no like real use outside just grabbing him with the headbutt. But now, I guess here, you're able to cancel the headbutt into, let's say, an elbow. So that way you can get a knockdown and stuff like that. On top of them already having a pretty high stun bar stacked. So Alex is getting a little more utility. Somewhere at least. Poison. And then Ibuki now has an EX dash, so she has some use again, or once again. Akuma, more canceling stuff. Gil, I didn't really see what was going on. That's different. It might be oh, that okay. So I think that last button has some juggle property, or you can hit people from the air and then hit them down, something like that. I'm not too sure. But here, this is a big one with Rose.
Oh, that's how you pronounce your name?
Rose.
Yeah, Rose.
Rose. Yeah. So what was big for her, or what's the big change here, is that she now has an OTG with her her illusion, because what people did to against her illusion was just block. There's no reason to throw out any button, because you're better off blocking during her illusion, or basically her V trigger, and then you can just take the throw as well, because if you take her throw, she can't do anything else. Like, but now when you take the throw, she has an OTG from her illusion, so now she can do combos from there. Like, so you don't want to take the throw anymore when she's in illusion. You don't want to block anymore as much during her illusion, because they can throw in a grab, which leads to a combo. That's why previously she was a little weak because of that. They just blocked during the illusion, take a throw. You know, they're like, you know, I can take some throws. Throws aren't that bad with Rose. Now they're giving a combo route from her throw, so I don't want to do that anymore. And then Urian has juggle properties as well. This is a big change for Minot. She also has juggle properties with, now she has an EX ball. Previously you can't EX the ball, but now you can, and you can do juggle stuff. So that one, I like this part. It's so like satisfying.
So kids, this is what you would be calling she likes playing with her balls.
Jury here now has a restand.
I'm still fucking disappointed that her super attack, or SA, is lackluster.
Yeah, I mean, it's more utility. I mean, it can't really be helped, but
I really wish it was her Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, it definitely had
slams you, and then
it had personality put into it.
I mean, I understand. I can get it, but it's like, really?
Yeah, I get it.
Like,
that's why it's good to have two what is it,
two essays,
or you mean CA, because you know critical art. Yeah, two critical arts or big supers or whatever in fighting games. You know, just you have an option to have the cinematic one, and then you have the one that's like utility, whatever, for esports shit, you know, whatever.
Yep.
So, but it can't be helped. And then ZawarudoWrrryy has this now in the combo, so that's kind of cool. He actually has a fireball as well, because you know ZawarudoWrrryy, or not ZawarudoWrrryy, excuse me, Kage, excuse me. You see how the fireball is like really far now, so because his purple fireball is like it's like Dan's fireball, so it's like really short. It's pretty much like a punch, right? So that's why
it's like,
yeah, it's like a palm
breath onto you, like
it's like a bigger palm strike, pretty much, kinda.
Yep.
And then but the only fireball he had was the red fireball, which was slower when you start up. So that's why, yeah, it was a little harder to have a projectile game with Kage. Now he has a fireball. I think this might be only during a V trigger, so don't get your hopes up too much, but it is something. So. And then yeah, in case you don't finish the what do you call it, the CA, you can combo it from there. So you have option select kind of. Yeah, so you have more juggle stuff. A lot of juggling. Oh yeah, and now you can combo from his V skill, or reuse V skill too, which is pretty OP. Cause yeah, let's take a look at that again after Guile. Oh yeah. So his V skill 2 has a wall bounce, so that's why you can combo it. Oh yeah, and the filters. This is another big one-ish. One of them looks really good. The other one looks like, what the hell?
This one, I believe, like, I want to see their next fighting game. Doesn't have to be Street Fighter. Their next fighting game in self-shading.
Like Rival Schools or something like that, yeah. Rival Schools maybe,
Hell, fucking bring back what's the Jin game? The robot one
Cyberbots, I think.
Yeah, fucking make Cyberbots in this filter. It's gonna feel like, I mean, if they can do it really well, like super well with the cell shading, it can look like Gundam Unicorns.
Right.
But
yeah.
again, you gotta make the shells really good.
God.
Oh god!
The pixel filter looks so bad.
Okay, I know that you're streaming because this says 1080p, 30 frames per second. I'm just gonna take the phone. Try go back, so I can like show you. Holy fucking shit!
I can see it from the little window. It looks really bad.
Like, holy crap!
It looks really bad when you stream it.
I mean, yes, we can see the pixels.
Is it? I don't know. It looks like I'm looking through a fucking curtain. That's what I'm gonna tell you that, dude. It looks like I'm looking.
Like my curtain?
Yeah, maybe that curtain. It looks like I'm looking through like grandma's curtain or something, like one of those like bug nets you got with like the mosquito nets or whatever. That's what it kind of looks like to me. And then, then there's new colors for the tracksuits, which is kind of nice.
But again, like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, whose idea was that one?
It's like, who's smoking like the 12 day old weed? Get it over here, like seriously, throw that away.
And then you got some new
remixes, right?
Remixes and stuff like that, yeah. They actually threw in the Cap Jam themes in the in-game soundtrack. Granted, there's only 5, which is kind of sucks. I kind of want to hear more of it with more characters, but you know, time, I guess, time constraint. Especially with Alex's. Oh my god, Alex's theme remix will be pretty sick if that can happen. This is coming out. This update is coming out 29th of March, so it's pretty soon. So for the people who are still playing Street Fighter, I mean, you guys are getting a pretty good resurgence. Yeah, resurgence, I guess. I definitely want to see the patch notes, so I am definitely curious of what they're gonna do with each character precisely. I am definitely curious. Of course, especially with Alex, but you know, the rest of the characters. So, any other comments you got?
Please don't fucking play the game with that stupid ass pixel filter.
Granted, it is only offline, so you're definitely gonna.
I don't care.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
That thing should be just disabled like 24/7.
You won't see it on somebody's stream, but if you know, let's say like a local tournament or something like that decides to be all cheeky about it, then yeah, I mean, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say that now. If someone goes like, "Hey, you know, it's a local tournament, so let's turn on the filter," ban, forfeit. You lose whatever freaking money you were playing for. Get out! Like, you kick this man out.
Your entry fee will not be refunded. So
yeah, like you're trying to be cheeky here. No, Get out.
Yeah. So basically, I think the cell shading one is probably gonna be be at someone's local tournament, but I don't think we'll see it like at an official Capcom Cup type of thing. Like, we're just gonna see the same old graphics that we've seen with Street Fighter 5. But the cell shading is nice. I do like the cell shading one. It's cool. It's kind of cute, you know, sort of thing. But I don't expect that to be utilized at a tournament and stuff like that. So, unless it's cool, like a local smaller tournament, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, pretty cool. Big nonetheless for people who do play it still. But anyway, we do have big news for Guilty Gear Strive with the last character of the first season pass, which is Testament. I'm like, wow, Testament. I did not see that coming. I actually did not see that. I thought it was gonna be Dizzy, you know. So, but I am happy to be wrong in this case because it is Testament, very one of the older characters who have seen the modern light for very long time now. But Testament is here, gone through some changes, big changes, definitely. Not only with the gameplay, but with character themselves and the costume, of course. The outfit, the design has gone through changes as well. So big overhaul for Testament overall. But I know you were happy to see Testament. So I mean, well, what do you got when it comes to like comments and stuff like that?
They look good.
Yeah. Very what do you call? Like Testament reminds me of Slash from Guns N' Roses because the hat, like.
Testament is just borrowing Slash's hat.
Obviously, Testament is a band, right? But you know, because you know, Guilty Gear likes to do music references and stuff like that. But the hat, though, that's like straight up Slash, which I thought was pretty funny. Let me bring up the video. I'll put it like in the background or something like that. Or no, we can actually take a look at it because there is something to take away from.
Yep.
I'm hardly dressed for a party. Sorry to intrude.
So, in the English one, has a masculine voice. In the Japanese one, very feminine. So it's like, I think they did that on purpose just to like mix people up and stuff like that with the whole gender thing. So I think that was pretty neat. And the voice actor in English is a trans woman. So, you know, bringing in, you know, that you know, the representation of, you know, of the trans community.
You so desperately guard is a mere walking trail. What kind of indulgence could be sweeter? Here I thought you would understand.
Previously, Testament was like a trap character and just had crazy setups going on. So that's why, you know, if you hear from like the veteran FGC people, like, oh, I have nightmares fighting Testament. So that's why she's, well, previously, Testament was considered male, you know, according to the bio anyway. But now they've changed it to like a more ambiguous sort of thing. So, you know, they're referred as they. But Testament had a lot of traps, a lot of things going on. So that's why they were very deadly in the eyes of the older players of Guilty Gear. So, but here, very different. But let's take a listen of the Japanese one, just for a little sample.
So with Testament, like, finally they returned. But on one end, I'm like, damn, Testament got in before Bridget.
You're right. You know what?
Who's ranked #1 in the Japanese polls, like holy crap.
But remember what I said about what they're gonna do with season 2. At least in my theory, right? Yeah.
Okay, fan theory.
Mm-hmm.
Place all your tax on the wall.
Yeah, right. But
and have your hair all crazy going.
I'm Charlie from Always Sunny, but anyway.
Yeah, you're Charlie right now. Like, you see the shit?
Yeah. No, so Bridget, like you said, she's or he's number 1 on the chart of requested characters, along with Dizzy. I think Dizzy's like number 2, or if not number 1 previously.
Yeah, something around
it's like back and forth. So, and then Biken and blah blah blah, like whatever, right? Biken's already in. I think what they're gonna do with season 2 at the start anyway, or whatever, somewhere in season 2, you're gonna have Bridget right at number one slot for season 2. That way, people are gonna be like, okay, I gotta buy season 2 automatically.
Or second theory. In between of season 1 and 2's pass, Bridget is a free character.
You think? I don't know. I don't
know, but that would be like something like, hey kids, you wanted Bridget? Here you go.
If you're gonna have a free character, I feel like Order Soul would be more of a
probably Order Soul or
Robo Kite, Robo
Kisuke. Yeah, Robo or they could just probably also throw Dizzy.
Perhaps. I mean, if
or what's her name? The one with the gun?
Oh, Elfel.
Yeah.
I mean, well, if
she's not like drastically changed, let's just go like that. If Dizzy or Elfel are not drastically changed, they could just say here. Here's your waifu.
Yeah, especially if their costume isn't all that changed.
Yeah, if there's no alteration, like super like holy crap, it's different. It's like, oh, you're here.
It's just that, yeah. Then I guess, but I don't even think Dizzy and Elfel are going to be free because they're pretty popular too. Well, I mean, Elfel is also pretty popular. Dizzy definitely is popular, so they're gonna have to save her for the season pass, so that way they can get the guaranteed.
That's why I hope, like, if Dizzy shows up, she and Testament have like a little like banter before every fight, or like when Testament wins against Kai, he says like they say something like, "How's your wife? She good? I'm coming over."
It's funny because like Testament has some interesting backstory, and just like character touches, right? So like Testament has like a lot of hobbies, like they have a lot of interests and hobbies and stuff like that. Like if you look at the bio, the hobbies are just like a whole paragraph itself. Like, jeez Louise.
For the old ones, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Testament was supposed to be guarding Dizzy.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of want that little like,
right,
again, banter against Kai, going like, "Oh, so you're her new protector. You're not doing a very good job." You know, like just like doing shots at
Kai, like, roasts Kai. Yeah.
Like it's like, I've done it better than what you could have done. It's like, this motherfucker. Oh, Dizzy married you. Pity.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that would be a good taunt against Kai. She married you. Oh dear. She would have been better off
had a son and everything, soul. Right? Yeah.
No. Your son, he's free. It's like, whoa.
Yep.
But season 2, yes, let's with theory 1, it's Bridget. 2, you know, set it off. So I want to say Bridget, the new character. Then Slayer?
I think someone pointed out in the comments, like, if you look at the end credits, or not end credits, but like the ending scene for the story mode, like the initial story mode for Strive, you'll get a big hint of who's gonna make it back because there's a lot of characters that made it back. What?
I never played the story.
I know. So, but if you do look at it, you'll know like you kind of know the hints because apparently I didn't even see this the first time. Testament was like in the background or something like that, like hiding in plain sight sort of thing. And I was like, what? And, yeah, so
it's like enhance.
Yeah, enhance. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you hear the feminine voice in the Japanese one, so it's a very like they're mixing it up sort of thing to throw you off sort of thing.
And I also like
mind you, sorry, and mind you, this voice actress very highly decorated. So I think it's Yu Kobayashi. So yeah, has voiced a lot of like tomboys and like females that tend to be a little more on the masculine side sort of thing. So that's actually kind of funny. But hey, it works. Great voicing. But sorry, what were you saying?
I was just thinking, like, you know, you have Bridget, and then the new character, and the next one will be either Slayer, Slayer or Johnny.
Right.
And then a new
Johnny's
character.
another popular character too. So, oh yeah, and then there's the White House stage, which is kind of funny.
Finally, we get to go. We get to rush through the White House. But what? So yeah. Oh, but I want to say like the last character,
right?
Maybe second to the last of season 2, because he's missing. It's fucking Venom.
Venom's around. Yeah, he's around. If you look
he's around, but where is he?
Right. Last time I saw him was at the bakery. For those who have not caught up with the story, but you'll have to see why. But
yeah. And then some people are saying, like, I talked to like some of my friends who are like been playing Guilty Gear since PS2 era. They're like, well, Venom is still running around with the I forgot what it's called, but it's pretty much the Assassin's Guild.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like you can't really get out of it unless you do something really bad. So I'm like, then do that for Venom. Fucking when he appears, just make it like he's on the run from it, so he has no affiliation.
Right.
Because people are like, yeah, if you're gonna bring Venom, then somehow the Assassin's Guild has to be part of the story. It's like, no, you don't need. You can just say he's on the run.
Very important also piece of news for Guilty Gear Strive is that now it's getting crossplay. That was another important.
I feel so sorry for Ender.
Yeah. He bought like 2 copies.
Double dip.
He had a double dip, but I mean, it can't be helped. I mean,
we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know. I mean, no, it was coming, right? But we didn't know when it was coming. That was the thing. Because they did say there is going to be crossplay, but it was a matter of when. And it's pretty much a year later, pretty close to a year later. And but it's happening. It's funny that they don't say it's PC, but it's Steam. So they have to be they had to play around with that term, I guess, because of licensing and stuff like that. Because PlayStation or Sony are fucking assholes about it. They have to be like, oh, if you're gonna have crossplay, we're gonna want to see some moolah out of you, that sort of thing. And the whole process, I guess, is like a pain in the ass, which is why not a lot are doing it. So that's why even like there's another game with Tiny Tina's Adventure or whatever. That's I don't know if it came out already or is coming up pretty soon, but Randy Pitchford was like making a big deal out of it because it is a big deal, because PlayStation is very stingy when it comes to that shit. But when it happens, it's like, oh wow, that's actually pretty cool. So I don't know if I'll pick up Tiny Tina's Adventure, but that's another story. Here, it's very important. So we'll definitely have everyone playing Guilty Gear Strive together. If we do come back, that is. But you know, it is nice. It is nice nonetheless. It's very cool. You know, that is definitely happening. It ain't Xbox, but it's something. Maybe that's like the one clause in the contract or whatever that they were able to get away with. Can't be Xbox. Can't be Microsoft, even though Steam is like kind of like a middleman-ish.
Yeah.
There was one other thing I thought was funny, but they made an announcement about it. Is the digital figure thing that they have for Strive that's coming up. It's basically a diorama mode, but
yeah.
I think some of the things you could do though are going to be pretty cool, maybe potentially. Like you could do like really cool like screenshots and stuff like that.
I can't wait for the PC mods
where
they make them all naked and.
Oh my god, they already do, but I mean, when it comes to
diorama, I've seen like a PC mod of Soul, like, naked, and I'm like, that's a thing.
Yes, that is a thing.
Like I don't know why my brain was like, I don't know why I'm so surprised. This should have been like, hello, internet.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty neat. You can do like really cool like screenshots and stuff like that if you want to, if you're into that kind of thing. Like that, for example. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's very deep, but you know, with the poses available and whatever, yeah, I mean, whatever available stuff you have, you still be creative with it. So, for those who are into that, here you go. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Well, yes, as we were talking, they officially announced season 2 in the background. So they threw that in there. They had to make that obvious. There was one thing too. I think, well, because Testament is announced, which means there's going to be another story pack as well, which is the expansion for the story mode for Guilty Gear. I don't know if there's a separate video for it, but just know like there's going we have to remember that is included along with the new stage, Testament, and then now we have the another story mode pack in there as well. So pretty big update. I'll definitely check it out because I already checked out the Strive story, and you know, again, it was pretty neat for what it was. It's pretty fucking long. It's pretty much like a Netflix series. Like you have to just sit there and watch it, but you know, it is what it is. So this one's just Testament, going through like the starter guide and stuff like that for Testament, showing you how much different they are from the old game, which again, Testament was a trap character, but now Testament is just like a tagging character. Like you could tag him, and the Crow will do like some of the like the work or whatever. I don't know if there's, yeah, there you go.
Stain.
Yeah, they talk about the stain state.
The opponent into stain state. A follow-up attack will occur when you hit the opponent with certain moves while they are in stain state.
Yes, this is the main thing.
You can go into a combo after the follow-up attack hits.
Getting stained is pretty much like M. Bison's Psycho Bomb thing he can do in Street Fighter 5 and his B Trigger 2, I think. So he like grabs you from the head and implants a Psycho Bomb in you, and then whatever mix-up you want to do, you can throw that in there as well, or in the combo for like a juggle state. he does this, and then the opponent explodes or whatever. So it's kind of like the same thing here.
Maintain your offense.
Same idea.
Block. Use this opportunity to go on the offense.
So that's pretty much one of the main gimmicks they have. So
forward with their scythe, sending out a projectile. The slash version sends the projectile forward, while the heavy slash version moves at a diagonal. The scythe strike.
So yeah, obviously we're not gonna go through the whole thing, but that's like the main sort of gimmick. And then I find this like name of the move pretty funny, which is Unholy Diver, which I believe is a reference to a song. But anyway,
puts the opponent in stain state on hit or block.
For some reason, I'm sorry. No, you can still keep going.
Dial from Grave Reaper is on screen.
The one that I guess the announcer or the narrator they chose.
Watch for the positioning of the opponent.
Sounds so dead.
Going for this move.
No, I don't say dead, but like very
monotone.
And reappears in the position
like,
not monotone, but I get what you're trying to get at. It's like very like just like very a little more neutral.
Compared to the others, he's like
very neutral.
Previous announcers are like,
in their initial position.
This one makes me want the National Geographic safari guy, the narrator to do these.
Yeah. yeah.
Possession is done with a circle with a half circle motion and doing this. Fascinating.
Version is a low.
It's like,
and the heavy slash version is
the voiceover guy from the KOF trailers did one of these, like the story guides. It was actually pretty funny. I think that was like a little more entertaining to watch.
Nostrovia. Testament summons a succubus who performs multiple.
Oh yeah, there's the big cinematic super, quote unquote, but it's more utility than anything. Yeah.
Creating an opportunity to approach together with the succubus. The succubus's attacks also put the opponent in stain state.
Wouldn't it be succubi since it's two?
Yeah.
All in
Yeah.
I love doing something like
Maybe it's one being. I don't know.
Testament summons a massive beast.
And it is the other super, yeah.
Extremely powerful attack.
Very utility-esque, yeah. Very utility-heavy character for sure. There's no like too much cinematic stuff, which has been the case for a lot of characters in this game. Yeah.
You just jump on your ass. Like,
it makes me wonder though if they'll actually ever put insta-kills in this game.
I want to say season 2.
Maybe, or like a maybe 3 or something.
Because how long did it take for Exa to get insta-kill, or was it like right there on day 1?
For insta-kill? Oh, it was there with day 1.
You can land a surprise attack using possession.
But they might do like a revelator kind of thing, and then that's maybe they'll win.
That's to me that's a guarantee that they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
They're gonna have like a ultimate edition.
Yeah. Maybe that's when they'll do insta-kill, maybe.
With the opponent. Keep the opponent
but it'll be like super unpractical, so they might as well not do it in tournaments. But it's just for the
for us who's been like saying, where is it?
Yeah, like cinematic stuff,
What would Testament's insta-kill be?
I don't know, because Testament is super different, so that's why like what I mean?
Try to show our audience what Testament's old insta-kill.
Oh,
Just put like Testament insta-kill. Because I think it's the one with the bed.
I'm like using a smaller keyboard, but hold on.
Second one. Yep, it's the bed.
Oh boy.
Stab.
Yep. Bed stab.
I do like Testament's new look, but I kind of want like a retro
Yeah, like a retro costume, but like I said, I mean, they have to make a new character pretty much, so it's a
No,
hassle.
not like it's gonna be a male. Like have that.
No, but I'm saying yeah, bringing in the costume, but like I said, it's gonna be a process because they have to make the new model again. So, like we were talking about earlier.
Nah, just do like what Capcom does. Just slap it on and,
The
just watch it.
pixel model.
Just watch it like fucking like.
Oh, it'd be so fucked up. It'd be so fucked up having to fight the 2D sprite versus 3D.
Just slap them in.
Yeah.
Do it.
If they do bring back the bed though, my god, it's gonna be like very like pushing, you know, those boundaries. You know what I mean?
I have all three. You know, the two succubus and testament on top of the person, and just stab them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Stab. Stab. No, I'm kidding. But
no, yes, stab. And then Dizzy, if they bring back Dizzy, keep her insta kill.
Oh yeah, I know the blast, the nearly missing thing, and the surrender that has to come back.
Because I kind of want to see like if Dizzy does it on Testament. Testament's just gonna be like, it doesn't do like that. He just
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just go like a fast turn like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I kind of wouldn't be surprised though, actually, if they don't put insta kills in here, just because maybe they want to be super different about it.
Mad.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be still slightly be disappointed. But anyway, that's pretty much the gist of Guilty Gear stuff. Unless you want to toss in anything else about Testament or anything else Guilty Gear related.
Hire the mod that put in freaking what's his name?
Oh, Goku and like Sin.
Yeah. Hire the mod that put in Sin.
Yeah, I don't know if they're I don't know if they're the same person or same modder, or they're probably two different people. But I don't know. No, dude, those mods are crazy, man. Even especially with the Goku one, like how he fits into like Strive's like mechanics.
Yeah.
How much it works, like fuck, dude. We might as well have a fighters versus Strive sort of thing going on, you know? That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. But yes, Sin is also crazy because they actually redesigned Sin. It made him look like he's actually in Strive. Especially if it's just one person that did all that too. It's like, damn, wow. In like a short amount of time. Well, quote unquote short amount of time, maybe. I don't know. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy still. Either way. I think season 2 though will only have 4 characters instead of 5. That's another thing to take into. So maybe it could be Bridget, Dizzy, Slayer, Johnny. So in whatever order, right? So yeah, I don't know. I think it's 4 characters. I want to check one more time before we move on. No, this is just no wait, no. I think I saw that somewhere. Let me see. Really good drive. I'll just put trailer from. I guess it's not here, but we could probably just check out somebody who restreamed it. I'll just put like season 2 or something. See if that pops up. Past 2. Cosplay revealed. Oh yeah, see right there. Yeah, that's I'm stupid. Yeah, it's right there. So when the little like squares popped in. I'll just pause it or mute the music. There we go. See, yeah, that's the big hint right there. So the four like slots is what you see on the screen is a big hint of how many characters we'll see in season 2, which is 4. So yeah, it's not 5 unfortunately, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, again, I'm gonna double down on the first slot. It's gonna be Bridget. It's gonna be Bridget. It is. He is going to make it back. Gotta be right. If not, then probably in the last one. Maybe in the last slot. I don't know. So anyway, here's another big piece of news regarding to fighting games. It is the last one, granted, but anyway. We have a new character coming in for KOF 15. And guess what? It is Omega Rugal. Surprisingly enough. But not only that, he's free. He is free.
He's like, Omega Rugal is like, you missed me?
Yeah. You thought he was dead? Nope. Not in this universe.
So, look at my fishnets. Oh my god, he said despair. Watch out, Sephiroth is coming in.
Yeah, I know, right? He said the magic word.
He's like, that's trademark.
Yeah, fucking laser. That's new to me, but I don't know if that's new in general. And here's the boss version. All the genocide cutters. Yeah, they knew. The developers knew what they're doing with this boss mode. It's so funny. Vanquish the nightmare. And this free update is coming on the 14th of April. So soon-ish. It's still a couple weeks away, so. But yes, it is a big surprise though. Rugal is pretty much back. I kind of wish it was like regular Rugal with Vice and Mature, because I was like, to me that's the team, you know. So, you know, but maybe we'll see. We'll see regular Rugal. Maybe, you know, just because this is Omega Rugal. So I don't know. And then Rugal can have like other moves. I didn't see Omega Rugal with the Kaiser Wave, so maybe Rugal can have that, the regular Rugal. I don't know if he is coming back ever. But I mean, anyway, any other comment you wanted to throw in for Omega Rugal?
Dad.
Definitely. He got the bod for sure. I remember fighting not Omega Rugal but God Rugal. That was how I kind of remember that sort of thing. He was also kind of a bitch to fight from what I can remember, at least when I was like younger. So, but God Rugal looks really cool. I kind of wished God Rugal would be in here if he was, but because I like his outfit better than this one, just to be honest. That's my opinion anyway. That's like I think that's only exclusive for CVS2, so maybe that's why. Oh, but hold on. Yeah, look at that dude. Oh my god, he looks so sick. He looks so cool. And then there's regular Rugal right there. Yep. Fond old memories with Rugal, one or the other. I guess it is a reference to Omega Rugal back when, during the classic days, I guess, with that costume, like the big shoulder pads and everything. It looks so cheesy. But hey, I like it because it's kind of reminiscent of that classic design for villains. See? Just big old shoulders, right? Like when you're a kid, if you want to draw a cool looking villain, you just throw on big shoulder pads. You just throw on big old shoulder pads.
It's like check out these. It's like sir, the 80s
and 90s
are that way.
Yeah. It's like same with almost like Goku, because like Turles is pretty much Goku with, you know, the Saiyan uniform, you know?
Yeah.
Way back when. And he kind of looked cool because he was like the evil Goku almost. But yeah. Pretty much same thing here. Got the shoulder, got the big old shoulder pads. He even got the big old collar and everything too. So that's like extra little cheese on top.
Now, see, would you call this as a drip or?
It's better than the. I like this actually better than the Omega Rugal costume. I mean, I get it. It's the classic design. That's his. You know, that's how it was. But I personally don't. I'm not too fond of it. You know, the fishnets and everything, whatever, right?
That's because you never wore fishnets in your life.
Nor do I plan to, so...
Come on. Just do it for Halloween.
I'm not a cosplayer, but anyway.
Please don't wear fishnets. It's freaking uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Once it gets stuck on something, you will feel the force of somebody holding you.
Oh god. Anyway, I prefer God Rugal. I'm a God Rugal kind of guy. So that whole design right there. There's Shin Akuma, another one from the old days. Who made it into CVS2. So, anyway, pretty cool, pretty nice that we are getting a free character for KOF. I actually have not fired it up in a while since Rock and Gato and B Jenny have arrived in the DLC roster. But I should, because they look fun. But I don't know when or whatever will be a good time. But anyway, I'm happy that the game is like getting updated and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. I think there was an image to the roadmap, kind of quote unquote. Yeah, so this is what it looks like right now. There's Team Pass 1, we've already got that. Free update right there in between, April 14th, like I said. And Team Southtown is going to be May of 2022 with character adjustments, as we kind of addressed before. Actually, I will. That will definitely be the time for me to come back, because Yamazaki. Because I really want to play Yamazaki, or try him at least. God damn it. So that's that.
It's so funny. Yamazaki comes out. You're about to play him. Server crashes and everything.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
He'd be like, wait.
My Yamazaki though. But what made it? Look what made it return, right? We got the artist notes and stuff like that for the DLC characters. They actually look really nice. Rock looks cool. We got Gato looking pretty cool. B Jenny looking nice. They're all pretty short too. They're not like.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed though.
Why?
B Janet, she's not holding up a fucking her shoe.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Like she's just doing like a sexy pose, but her shoe is like right there in her hand. It's like,
Or
girl,
just,
what the hell's wrong with you?
Or fucking pissed off with the shoe.
But still, be like, girl, what the hell is wrong with you? Put that shoe down.
I hear a phone.
No work. Today is my day off, motherfuckers. And anyways, I can't come to work.
Yeah.
Because I deal with very important documents on the weekend for work, so I can't fucking no. No.
Anyway.
Okay, here we go. First up, it is Howard Rock.
Howard
Rock Howard. Howard the Duck. Howard the Rock. Whatever. Rock makes his return. Now I'm thinking fucking The Rock. I'm thinking of Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock. Dwayne Rock Howard Johnson. There we go. Makes his return from KOF 14. There's a special ending for Team Garo.
God damn it.
So make sure you play through their story mode.
Yeah.
Nakata Tomohiro.
Yeah, that's pretty much the notes for it. There's no like, oh, we did this, we did that, like to make him viable or whatever. But I mean, he's been looking pretty good though. He's looking like from one of the clips I've seen.
Like from what I've been reading, a lot of people are saying that he is what Rock
should have been.
And I'm like, yeah, it just took 15 generations.
Yeah, I know, 15 games
to get to that point. I'm sorry. Sometimes it goes like that.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. The next one. Forgato.
Law, I mean.
Yeah.
His kung fu uniform. It's called a gi.
Maybe it's not. Well, Chinese. I don't think it's called gi, but anyway.
Yeah. His kung fu uniform has a huge embroidered dragon taking up half of it for a really bombastic glow. God. Really? They couldn't think of another word for bombastic? Now I'm thinking
They're
of
Japanese.
I'm thinking the Shaggy song. We made sure his attack style and general persona reflect that of a dragon. So are we going Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan?
Well, not Jackie Chan. Bruce Lee definitely more like, but I mean.
Or are we going Donnie Yen?
Yeah, I know, right? Who's like known to use Baji Quan? Because that's pretty much what Gato kind of uses, pretty much.
I would say it's more on Donnie Yen.
Kinda. I mean,
Jet Li and Jackie Chan pretty much is like.
Aren't they like 5 styles or some shit? Like they have a bunch of
styles, but like iconic like fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say it's Donnie Yen, because I know because what's his name? I just had a tip on my tongue.
Jackie Chan.
The one that played Unbuck.
Oh,
Tony Jaa.
Oh, Tony Jaa.
Tony Jaa is. Yeah, Tony Jaa is more straightforward, so it's not Baji Quan. Yeah, so again, I want to say it's Donnie Yen.
Yeah, I guess Donnie Yen.
I'm basing off of his movies, like Ip Man and stuff like.
Well, Ip Man. Well, yeah. Definitely Ip Man is Wing Chun, so that's out of the rate or whatever. But when it comes to his, I haven't seen much of his other movies, so I can't say much. But that's probably where you can see like more of Donnie Yen's like you know.
Donnie Ends, or there's no, I was gonna say Chow Fat.
Oh, Chow Yun Fat.
Yeah,
Maybe.
But his style is more with weapons, though.
Yeah, he's more of a gun kata kind of.
Gun kata, swords.
Swords, yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway.
Or yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So Law, he looks good. I mean,
he's more like a Wei Wulong. Or I forget his last name, but Lei. He's like the Jackie Chan parody character. Like he kind of wears this sort of outfit in Tekken, so pretty funny.
And last but not least, Rue 34.
Be Jenny.
Her classic design has been slightly changed with the altered crest area on her dress.
Chest area.
No, crest. I'm keeping this PG.
Why? Wait, so I can't say treasure chest?
And Hook's holding it up.
Yeah.
Again. And Hook's holding it up. We added details on her belt to give it more of a 3D look. AKA, for those people that were bitching about phase alteration in the Cowboy Bebop live action, wear that dress. Wear B. Janet's dress with the hooks and fight in that dress. Please come back to me if those things freaking holds. If it does hold, I will apologize. But if it doesn't hold, I'm gonna laugh at you.
Yeah. Anyway, she looks cool. I'm not too familiar with like the Garo stuff, other than just the rock. Like, I kind of knew Garo because he was like fucked up. So, but I haven't heard too much about Jenny, so that's why she's kind of new to me. So, yeah.
And it's kind of bad also, because for me, as a tokusatsu like lover, every time I heard Garo, I was thinking of the Black Wolf Garo tokusatsu series, and I'm like, that's not Garo.
Yeah.
He's not Henshin.
Yeah, I get it. All right, well, that's pretty much it on the fighting game stuff. Now we gotta go into the unfortunate stuff, but hey, we gotta talk about it. But anyway, that's the fighting game stuff. Good stuff. But anyway, now we're gonna go into the bad stuff, which is GT7 stuff. So yeah,
that's you.
Yeah, that's
It's like that.
As someone who's been playing the game, I can definitely tell you what's been happening with what's surrounding it. Firstly, let's bring up all the stuff for it. Yes, we do have a lot of stuff. Anyway,
beep beep.
Yep. So there was an update. I think it was like it was technically 1.07, but stuff happened, so they just skip right into 08. Anyway, during an update, the game itself was down because it's server-based. You know how server-based games go, which means it's always online. When always online games go into maintenance, you can't play it. So people were very much complaining about that. One thing, it barely functions when it's offline, which means you really can't play it anytime you want, pretty much, in a way. Obviously, when it works, it's great. It's a great racing game and all that stuff, but there are problems surrounding it, including being always online and stuff like that. So again, the online patches and stuff like that, when they are implementing them, that's when the maintenance goes up, and then you can't play it, pretty much, which sucks. On top of that, some of the updates have broken the game, like I mentioned previously, where some of the license tests were fucked up too, because for example, the dirt courses gave you the wrong tires. so that's one example of what the updates actually did to the game. So they're not completely good. On top of that, not only the online functioning or whatever is bad, but the microtransactions have been really bad. Like the point where even the CEO of Polyphony Digital, who have been known to make these games over the years, including from the start of the PlayStation, PlayStation 1, Gran Turismo, that's where it all started. Polyphony Digital has always been through these games through and through, and he had to put out a statement pretty much saying that, like, saying they're gonna try to like do things different. What we did was wrong, obviously, even though like they kind of knew what they're doing. It seems like for the most part, allegedly. I'm gonna leave it out there, but it's addressed. It's stated, so they know or we know that they know. So they hopefully will take action by making the game good again. Meanwhile, during the recent patch, they upped the ante with the microtransactions, and not only that, they reduced the rewards for these races. Well, at least these ones anyway. I don't know what's going on with this one, but anyway, these races have been reduced with reward money. So let me show you one race. I think it was like cut down by half. Like this one, for example, right? This one's used to be 30k credits. Now it's 15k credits. Pretty much reduced by half. Saying, let me see, blah 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 blah. This was a big one. 35k credits previously for the Club and Cup Plus Goodwood course. 35k previously, now is 12k credits. That's crazy. That's like pretty much more than half, So they're really been purposely trying to like up the ante with their microtransactions. Like, hey, you want to get this expensive ass car, you can put in some real money. And there were cars that were previously just like $5, from the GT Sport, which was the previous game. But now they, because of what they're doing here, it actually costs $40, around $40, which is like, oh my god, like what are you doing? Because that's pretty much like almost the price of a full game, But that's just one car. That's so crazy, Yeah, especially with this part of the statement here being really like egregious. Oh, but at the same time, the pricing of the cars is an important element that conveys their value and rarity. So I do think it's important to be linked with the real world prices. Like, it's like saying like, oh, but we're just trying to emulate the real world stuff. Like, no, you're just trying to milk money from people. Like, ugh, it's such a bad excuse. It's a video game. Like, you don't need to make everything like 1-to-1. You know what I mean? Like, we play these video games because we want to, be in a fantasy of owning these cars, these expensive ass cars, including all the supercars, the exotic cars, all the Japanese cars, American cars, whatever, you name it. Some things you don't want to emulate from real life to video games, and that includes money. So yeah. I think that could apply to your like your roster of video games as well. Like there's like microtransactions and all this shit, and and
What do you mean? I'm fine with microtransactions.
well, when it comes to like the game, do you play like simulation games? Have you had your fair share of simulation games back in the day, or?
Back in the day, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying like microtransaction in general. It's like,
right.
What do you mean? None of these games
Yeah,
have my
oh
phone.
my god.
I'm fine.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
but obviously,
this man here does like 3 backflips when I say I drop money on Fake Go.
3 backflips? Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me I'm doing gymnastics? You're telling me I do gymnastics when it comes to you literally dropped money in front of my face on that game.
Yeah, that's why in your head you're doing like backflips, going, "This motherfucker."
I don't have to do mental gymnastics. You do it in front of me. I'm not doing anything. You're the one that's like doing all the. You're basically the monkey with you're the monkey, and there's a dude with the music box.
Hey, at least I get those characters.
Oh my fucking god!
After like 6 fucking tries. Not everyone's like you, Mister. Hey, I got this off my first go. It's like,
okay, we're not gonna get into that part, but anyway. So back to here. Obviously, this is a big problem because
it's very bad.
Yeah, it's very bad. Like, this is just milking the players. It's very egregious. And what's more fucked up, right, is that GT7, when it was in the review phase, the early release phase, there was no microtransactions. There was no, oh, you want to top up on credits in the PlayStation Store, sort of option. So people thought, oh, this is gonna be like a regular ass video game. But when the game came out, that's when they updated the game having these microtransactions. So that's even more fucked up, So again, the core game is good, right? I really like the game. I like playing the game when it works. But obviously, when stuff like this is surrounding it, it definitely makes it harder to enjoy it. But hey, while what you did was stupid, but hopefully, coming from this statement, you do something about it. People, the devs at Polyphony Digital actually do something about it, right? Whether you take this statement seriously or not. You could have like the greatest sounding apology, in the world, but if you don't do anything after, it's like, well, not so much of a great apology then, now is it? It doesn't really mean anything at that. There's no value anymore. So there's no worth. That's why, whether you take this statement seriously or not, all I want to see is fucking action. I want the game to be fixed. I want the game to have better rewards, less microtransactions, better pricing on the cars or whatever. I want stuff like that to be done. And I just want the game to be good again, right? Again, when it works, when the planets align, that sort of thing, it's great. It's fun. It's Gran Turismo. It's what you can expect from a Gran Turismo game. But with all the modern shit that's been thrown in here, all the modern gaming kind of nonsense that's thrown in here, the always online nonsense, the microtransactions, the pricing on the cars, the currency given out, it's just, it really holds it back from being a great experience. So that's pretty much the gist of it. That's what I got for it. And again, I do hope they do something about it. Oh, and one more thing, please make it fucking functional offline. We don't need this always online bullshit. It does nothing beneficial, pretty much. When people have shitty connections, they can't play the game. There's no accessibility there. So you're cutting off this many people from enjoying the game. It's like you try to make this accessible, but it's not. It's like, it's so stupid. So that is pretty much all I got for Gran Turismo. I hope it gets back on its feet, at some point. It's such a great game in its own right, but all this nonsense is just really, really ruining it, and yeah, it's definitely tainting those waters. All right, anyway, that's all I got for Gran Turismo. On to more unfortunate news. So Moon Studio, who has been developing the Ori games, 2 of them so far, unfortunately has been under fire because I guess allegedly they have been told, or it's been said allegedly that they have been pretty oppressive place to work at. So I don't know too much of the details about it, but I guess according to somebody from work, it says in this from VentureBeat, studio's behind the scenes atmosphere does not match the tranquility of its games. Based on interviews from current and former employees, many employees had problems with founders Thomas Mahler and it's from leadership, of course, and Gennady Korol. I want to say that's the other name. It is illuminating that to see these allegations arose at a small company with all remote practices, a private company that treasures its independence and its anti-corporate, quote-unquote, culture. Still, the casual racism, sexism, and bullying amounted to what one developer said was death by 1,000 cuts.
Huh?
Yeah. Casual racism, sexism, and bullying at Moon Studios. Of course, this is allegedly, right? I mean, even though, yeah, I mean, this is coming from the developers, new and old, I guess, former and current. I guess I guess this is a screenshot of just one little example, right? I mean, I'm not gonna read it out loud because it has a word that we definitely shouldn't say, but it is the R word, you know.
You rascal.
Yeah. So that's one little drop of a sample, I guess, of what happens in Moon Studios.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So again, they've been under fire, and then I guess the founders or the leaders are just like trying to fire back at them. I don't know, but we don't believe the experiences suggested by our questions are representative of more than 80 Moon Studio team members who are thriving and doing great every day. Nor do we believe they are representative of the experiences of former members of our team. In fact, we are very proud of our history of making people happy, advancing their careers, and contributing to their financial success. And there's more to it, but I'm not gonna read all of it. It's a long ass fucking, statement from both the founders and stuff like that, or the leaders, as mentioned, Mahler and Korol. But yeah, I mean, of course, if this is all true, that's unfortunate because Ori is some of the most like somber, peaceful, and yet invigorating games out there in the indie field, the indie genre. I've played a good amount of 1. I haven't played 2, but it looks cool. I mean, from what I've played, like it looks really cool. Like the gameplay looks really neat. Wholesome story to it, Have you played Ori like 1 and 2 at all?
Just 1.
Just 1. Okay. Yeah. I mean, what do you think of all this?
I'm doing mental gymnastics in my head right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know when I fall flat on my face, and there I go.
I mean, again, if this is all true.
If it's all true, but
like
if it is, like there's professionalism, and then there's child. They are child.
Yeah. Again, if this is all true,
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's been prevalent in these sort of game industry sort of things, right? I mean, we have Blizzard, of course, Riot, Ubisoft, right? I'm sure others have gone through it. I mean, even some level of that happened with CD Projekt Red during the whole Cyberpunk thing, right? But I guess it didn't escalate to that level. But nonetheless, it's fucking hell. I mean, when you're going full crunch time mode or whatever it is, you know,
Yep.
people go through hell, man, when it comes to getting these games done. Even there was something that happened with NRS, you know, NetherRealm Studios. Someone, you know, some bodies or some people have come out with their experiences with developing and working with the studios and stuff like that. Like, you know, it didn't sound good, you know. It's just unfortunate, you know. But I guess that's just how it goes behind the scenes. Unfortunately, when you want these big projects to be done on a certain date or time or whatever. So yeah, it sucks because you know, we both know people who love Ori and shit, you know, especially you know, certain people like really love Ori. And that's the case, it's like it does make it harder to enjoy it because you're kind of, you know, you're playing around with it. You're playing around with the product that is sort of involved from that sort of environment. But you know, I'm not gonna get into that fucking part of the conversation of like, oh, but if you buy this product, you're supporting this or whatever, you know, like that whole thing is just that's a whole different conversation, right? You know,
that's like a whole different ballpark.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, that's the news for Moon Studios. So I guess we'll see maybe more of it develop if it does escalate and stuff like that, of course. But yeah, if it pops up, I mean, we'll probably talk about it. Yeah. So anyway, one last bit of sad news. This one's not as sad, so a bit of a bittersweet thing. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. It has been delayed to spring 2023. So previously it was going to be this year, but they moved it to next year. So, and it kind of sucks because, you know, I have one less game to look forward to, but at the same time, this is in the long run, but it should be beneficial, but hopefully. That's the idea anyway. But you just never know. You know, games can get delayed for a whole year and they still come out like subpar and shit. I mean, we've seen that with Halo, we've seen that with other games, you know. But hopefully it not the case here, but we'll see. But yeah, the game is delayed. Any comments?
It just brings up to the, because you probably read the comment sections in this tweet of people like bitching about like, why even like announce the game coming out, just give us the game. It's like it's like you are the reason why Cyberpunk freaking crashed and burned in the first week. Like, I get it, yes, delays are bad, but as you said, it's one less game to play for the year. Like, because if you have a backlog of games and you're trying to fit in a new one, hell no, you won't be able to play it. So I'm on the side that it's delayed.
Yeah.
Okay. Not gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Apparently it's killing you. It's apparently killing you, but
right.
And then I'm on the other side going like, so you want them to just release a very unstable game, which sounds like they are addressing that there's a lot of stuff that's not working well for the game. Because yes, we have the trailers and stuff, but gotta remember, some of these trailers are not in-game like cutscenes or stuff. They probably are just there as fluff.
Yeah.
Because again, we didn't even see a gameplay trailer.
We've seen like snippets of gameplay.
Yeah, like a snippet, but we didn't see a trailer. We just
Yeah, a lot of it is cinematic stuff, like story stuff, and we just see the cast, so to say, but not so much like, like you said, we only see little snippets and stuff like that. But you know, it definitely doesn't help that, you know, fans are like saying like, oh, you got what, like this has been out, or this has been in development for 8 years and blah blah blah. Like, like, bro, like these games take a long time. The good ones take a long time.
Yeah, it's like and my favorite ones are the ones which is true. It's like, okay, you're complaining about this. You make one then.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
if you think 4 years is enough for a game, it's like, hell no, it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no, if it is not.
Mm-hmm.
If you are like making a game from scratch, 4 years is not gonna cut it.
Right.
Unless you have a big staff, but that's again that's there's a lot of factors.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of surprised actually of people reacting this way still, even though like Cyberpunk was so big and how much it fucked up, like they don't see that as like a lesson learned sort of thing. Like, I mean, like the fans definitely didn't help it, but like I said, I mean, it's all on the leadership side. Like they are the ones who make the decisions, whether the fans like it or not or whatever. They want to, as much as they want to say like, oh, hurry the fuck up, or where's my fucking Cyberpunk, or I took a week off, like what the fuck, man, like you know what I mean? Like,
I know, it's like like, okay, yeah, the whole like I took off work to play this game. That's the same thing that happened with Endwalker when Final Fantasy came out. It was delayed a week. And then all of a sudden everyone's like, I took a week off to play this game. Now what I'm gonna do with my life.
That's why you don't I mean, even if you take the week off, just take the week off. Like, don't you know what I mean? No.
Yeah, just take the L, which is actually a W. And,
yeah, because you're taking a week off from work.
Yeah. and if it's a paid week off, then fucking better for you.
Yeah, right. Jeez. Yeah, yeah. As much as I would like to plan stuff over or around video games, like you are playing kind of fire with this sort of thing. If it's like Disneyland or some shit like that, then okay, I can understand, right? Like if it's like event, like actual real life event sort of thing. When it comes to video games, movies, that stuff, that's very shaky, in my opinion.
Like, whatchamacall? Oh, I just had the thought. Then I just keep seeing Captain Boomerang groaning. It's like,
yeah.
The thought went away.
Was it also something about like taking off the week or something like that? Yeah, but yeah.
Again, you taking off the week, that's on you.
Right, of course. Yeah. The fans definitely don't help the situation in these type of things. Like, oh, hurry the fuck up and shit like that. Yeah, but
that's why again, like when they're going like, hurry the fuck up and make my game and stuff. It's like they don't owe, these companies don't owe you anything.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I mean, you're the one who hasn't put down the money yet. Who put down the money for them? It's the shareholders, it's the investors, it's all the people who believe the game will be good, and stuff like that. That's why, like with Cyberpunk, like the shareholders was like, what the fuck's going on? Like what why, like what they even had a lawsuit, I think, in between whatever, right? I forget, it's kind of foggy, but they hold the cards, right? So fans can do whatever they want, like complain, bitch, whatever, like take the week off and bitch again, like when the game is delayed, like, but they're wasting their energy, man. They're wasting their energy, their time, their fucking everything, man. And it's not helping anyone, especially when the devs see shit like this on their social media. It's like it's a nightmare, man. It's just more stress on top of more stress, Yeah, that's why people suck sometimes, or a lot of times, man. Like when these games are delayed or whatever it is, they don't think, man. They don't look at the big picture, especially when there's something so obvious like Cyberpunk, right? And I'm sorry if I keep bringing up Cyberpunk over the course of these podcasts, but it's fucking big for a reason, Like it was such a big fuck up. That's how big it was. I mean, it was so big that other companies are like, yeah, we gotta like delay our games, sort of thing. Yeah. That's how big it was. It was like it was like the big next blockbuster in the making. But you know, it happened, and then that pretty much like prompted more other companies to be like, yeah, we got to be more careful with this shit. We can't skimp on it. People, I mean, there are companies that still do kind of, but more companies are like, you know, are aware of it. So yeah, they want to make sure these products are good, stuff like that. So silver lining, you know. So so with this, Suicide Squad killed Justice League. This is like the game that I'm looking forward to, sort of, because I think it looks pretty interesting, you know, as a third-person shooter type of thing. And you know, I like the story around it. You know, it's kind of kooky, crazy, violent, you know, that sort of thing. Graphic violence. So I'm hoping, being a little more cautiously optimistic, that this delay will definitely be beneficial at the end. Because, you know, yeah, sometimes year-long delays still don't help much for some games. Because, I don't know, it's the way that dev cycle goes for some companies. They're not perfect with it. One example is Halo. You know, Halo Infinite, it still came out pretty bad, even though with that one year delay. But hopefully with here, I mean, it's not a big game or anything like that. It's just a single player experience for the most part, right? I think it has, maybe it has online co-op. I don't know, but for the most part, it's not an online multiplayer competitive game, so it can't fuck up that bad. Hopefully. So, you know, I'm again cautiously optimistic. So, what about you? Do you feel similarly, I guess, that this delay will be beneficial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to me, again, I'm like, just take your time, you know.
Yeah, take your time.
It's like art. You don't want to rush art.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But if you want to rush the art should go right ahead. Go fucking right ahead. I'm just gonna be over here going.
Funny that you brought up art, right? I mean, as you know, you gotta remember, man. The developers are the artists. They are the ones making the game. You know, so that's kind of in ways that it's up to them to say, oh, it's done. Oh, it's this. Oh, this part is done, or whatever. So, but if you want to take their time, they're gonna take their fucking time. So you can't rush an artist. Yeah. I remember that.
That's why it's like that old like from Toy Story 2. You can't rush art.
Yeah, that old guy. I remember. Can't rush art. You're right. Alrighty, that's the news for that. A couple more things. So in an extra sort of games news segment, I've actually been surprised that Overwatch 2, like the update stuff, hasn't been like pushed too much, huh?
Like prominent and stuff.
Like prominent, yeah. It's been like pretty quiet, you know. Like, there's actually been like videos that have been out for a couple of months or whatever, at least, or months at a time, but I haven't seen it. They haven't popped up on my algorithm. You know what's going on? You know what I mean? So, looks like they've been trying to be better about communication. But they're gonna come out with a beta of sorts in late April. I don't know if this is closed or open beta. I guess you have to sign up for it, so it may be closed, but I don't know. But yeah, there's a video about it. I think it's pretty recent. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, March 10. So it's a couple weeks ago. But again, this is like another video that didn't pop up my algorithm until a news outlet had to point it out. So, it's not Blizzard that I saw from. It was like another news article or news outlet that had to push it out. And I so luckily happened to catch it. So yeah, that basically, if you watch the video, which is just called Developer Update for or Overwatch 2 Developer Update, this was on March 10. they're just pretty much saying that they'll try to be better with communication. It's like, okay, yeah, all right, that's a no duh. I mean, I haven't seen anything on the game for a very long time. Yeah, there's like, I haven't seen this, like the new Bastion rework for Overwatch 2. I did not see this until like very recently. This was like 5 months ago. 5 months. A 5-month-old video that has not popped up until recently, or not recently. I only watched it because I watched the developer update and then it just popped up on the recommended feed. But otherwise, if I didn't watch the Overwatch 2 video because of the news outlet, this could have been just under the radar. Like, I would have forgotten about this game, you know, sort of thing. Have you watched like any of this stuff, like the Overwatch 2 like overhaul, like, or the new like reworking stuff at all?
Kind of.
Kind of. Oh, okay.
It's more on the line like, this is how timeline of Overwatch for me.
Yeah. Like, yeah, barely people on my timeline were barely talk about Overwatch 2. And they talked about a lot of Overwatch, like back when, you know, like the first one, when it first came out. Like, there was a lot of like Twitter stuff, but there's fuck all when it comes to Overwatch 2 on Twitter, until I have to like fucking dig through and shit. So yeah, there's a Sombra rework. There's Bastion, of course. I watched that one. I haven't watched Sombra, but yeah. Yeah, I haven't watched this stuff, like the recaps, the PvP, whatever stuff. Recap, whatever. Cosplay? This is for Overwatch 1, or first Overwatch. Yeah. Point being, like, communication has been really wonky with this game, you know? So yeah, just thought I'd point that out. It's been just weird not hearing about Overwatch 2, considering of how popular it was with first Overwatch. But maybe part of it plays part of the whole like allegation stuff like that. Maybe that plays a part of why things have been wonky, because, like, you know, communication people have been just really busy with other stuff too, and like try to, you know, get other things going, sort of thing. I don't know, or try to work around the case, you know, maybe. I don't know. Either way, it's weird. So anyway, that's it on that one. Hogwarts Legacy, just a quick bit of news. Hogwarts Legacy is also going to be appearing on the Switch, which that's.
I mean, it's going to be a native. Like, wow, you know, like, wow.
Is there a video for it? No, there's just images,
just screenshots and.
So wait, is this the Switch version, or is just? Oh no, this is from PlayStation. Yeah, okay, so it's just.
State of Play.
Yeah, State of Play. But okay, so they just said it's going to be on the Switch. They haven't showed the Switch version, so to say. Lower resolution, FPS, of course. Yep, some being cloud versions. Oh, okay. I mean, it doesn't specify how Hogwarts Legacy is gonna run on Switch, but I guess so. I guess it's gonna be coming on the Switch, in case people didn't know already. I forget if I asked, but are you interested in Hogwarts Legacy for PlayStation at least, or whatever of your choice, whatever system of your choice?
I'm not gonna get it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I might later on, but it's like, it's not one of those like, I need it.
Oh yeah. You're not dying for it.
What I am dying for a game that I've been saying for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my Bayo 3?
Oh yeah.
Where's my Untitled 3?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I believe that's a myth already.
Well, yeah. It's been kind of weird because like Platinum Games kind of like flopped with Babylon's Fall, especially with leadership wanting to have more live servicing games for the future, which makes me kind of like worried about how it's gonna affect Bayo 3. Not so much like, oh, I mean, obviously they're not gonna put like microtransaction shit in Bayo 3, but just like I don't know, the quality in general of like having to focus, putting that focus away from Bayo 3 to just this live service game A or B or whatever. You know what I mean? When that focus could have gone to Bayo 3, making better in some ways. Maybe it runs better on Switch, less glitches or bugs or whatever. You know, really refine it. Yeah, it's not just like, yeah. I mean, live service games not only are, for the most part, like they could be bad, not because of, well, the live service games themselves, but it could affect the games that we look forward to. You know, what we come to know Platinum Games, all the single player games. What about the quality of those games? You know what I mean? Because you need manpower for those live service games, when that manpower could have been used for this single player game to make that game better, instead of, you know what I mean, like they could have had this single player game perform better in sales, possibly, you know, if you weren't so focused on the live service stuff. Like you curse yourself in a way. You are your own worst enemy type of thing. I don't know. It's been weird. Maybe that's why we haven't heard much about Bayo 3, because they're kind of like juggling back and forth with this live service stuff or philosophy in Bayo 3, or just single player stuff in general. You know that's why Babylon fucking sucks, because there's like not a good, you know what I mean, like management of manpower. I mean I'm just like spitballing here, but yeah. Anything you want to add, or anything to it relating? Yeah.
Because from what I know, is that this Project Red, CD Project Red, this might be a new team working on the new Witcher game. That's what I've been reading. It's a new team, like the old core members.
Oh, you're going in Witcher 3. Okay, or not.
Yeah, Witcher 3.
You're just jumping into Witcher. Okay, I thought. Okay, yeah. Okay. Sorry, that was weird because you. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But for Society, Hogwarts and stuff. Yeah.
Right, but I was asking about like the Platinum game stuff, like.
No, Platinum Games. That's the other thing.
Right.
Because already. I'm sorry. With Platinum Games, you just they gotta find more better friends. Cause Square kind of. Who do we actually blame for Babylon's Fall? Do we blame Square?
I think in this case is Platinum Games, because they addressed that they wanted to put more focus or emphasis on the live service games, and it seems like Babylon's Fall was supposed to be the start. So I don't think, I mean, it sounds like Square might have had a hand in it, but you have to remember that the game developing companies do have a hand of how these games run too, rather than the publisher. Because the same thing happened with what was it? BioWare with Anthem, right? People thought EA was like, oh, EA did all this stuff to Anthem, but no, it was mostly BioWare. BioWare fucked it up with all the bad shit you see in that game. So, it could be the case with this one too, being similar. Maybe Square had a hand in it too, like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, we would like to see some live service stuff in there, but but you know, who the one that actually, you know, implements it and and does all the pipe work, you know, that's Platinum Games, I guess. They could have just been like, oh, we'll just put in some costumes, that's it, right? But they have like, I don't know. Well, I mean, it's not just like microtransaction stuff either. It's like the gameplay sucks. The like the way you get armor and weapons and stuff like that sucks. So it's not just that the live service stuff. It's the core that's also the problem. The graphics are bad too. Like they look terrible, you know. So I think for the most part it is Platinum Games to blame. Just because of like this mismanagement of focus. Like you're supposed to do what you do best, which is single player games, right? The action stuff, you know, Bayonetta, Vanquish, you know, all that stuff. I understand that they haven't sold well because they're very niche, well, except with the exception of Bayo, because she's pretty popular, but still, as a whole, doesn't sell a whole lot, which is why Platinum Games, in the first place, are like, we should maybe try doing live service games to get some money, you know? And look how it's working out so far. Not too well. Not too well so far. But yeah, anyway. But yes, you did bring up Witcher. I was gonna bring up Witcher. Yeah. There is gonna be a new Witcher game. And what's neat about this one is that, well, not only like you mentioned, there's gonna be new people working on it, right? It's like a different team, but they're also gonna be working on a newer engine, which is Unreal 5. They've been using Red Engine for, well, the majority of their games, including Witcher and Cyberpunk. But because of how easy it is to work with Unreal, this could potentially be like a reassurance that the game will be good. But that's, again, that's up to the developers of how they execute it. You know, because again, they're the artist, you know, and the Unreal Engine is just a brush in this case, or a tool, you know, whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the Witcher stuff. I haven't played any of the Witcher stuff, but I've had my fair share with another CD Projekt Red game, which is, you know, I hate to say again, Cyberpunk. Yeah. So, hopefully with this, because they're moving away from their in-house engine into this one, which is Unreal 5, that could mean ease of production and development, which turns out to be good in the long run. It is going to be interesting because this is going to be, I don't know if this is like well, I mean, it says New Saga Begins, but does that mean is it going to be Witcher 4, or is it going to be like a different Witcher game in general, like a spin-off, or just something completely unrelated, like Final Fantasy, how Final Fantasy does their stuff, you know, like a completely unrelated to Geralt, you know, Geralt's storyline. Yeah, I don't know.
No, either.
Yeah. Who knows? We only have one. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, but just for CD Projekt Red, just probably they already know this, but you know, just like a kind heads up.
Yes.
Take your time. Fuck the fans that are rushing you. They are not true fans.
Yeah.
True fan would wait. For those that are saying that, where's my game? Give it to me now. Fuck them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I just hope that the leadership does their part too, to make sure that the game is on schedule and on well, not on schedule, but you know what I mean, like stays its course is a better term for it, like, or better phrase for it, and not just like, oh, let's release the game now, because that's, you know, again, that's what happened in Cyberpunk. Yeah. So stays its course, make sure it works, listen to your QA, you know, don't let the Don't let the old pride and greed and stuff like that bite your ass and be like, oh, you know, make those same mistakes again. So, all right. I mean, we'll see. I mean, until we have a trailer. I mean, obviously, I'm not convinced just yet, but maybe if I see a trailer, I'll be like, oh, I mean, I could be interested to make this my first Witcher game. I don't know. We'll have to see. So that's it on that. And one interesting bit of news from the movie side of things is an untitled sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong will begin filming in Australia later this year, according to Variety anyway. Variety.com.
Okay. And for some of the our viewers and listeners, this is not, from what the article said, this is not a sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong. It's just gonna be a sequel for the ever expanding legendary films of Godzilla. They're just saying it's a Godzilla vs. Kong sequel because it's still fresh and in the legendary timeline. So, I mean, Kong could be making a cameo in there. We don't know.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a Godzilla. Or it could probably not be even a Godzilla movie. It could be a Mothra.
Right. Or it could be like a Rodan.
Yeah,
just out on the island, just all drunk,
chilling,
like eating, getting fat. He's like, I'm no good. Like depression.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, emotional damage. Or like,
wait, that's the next Godzilla movie. It's just Godzilla like on the ground crying because Mothra is dead.
Or yeah, like well, because Rodan kind of fucked up Mothra in a way. So
yeah.
it's like how like Peacekeeper was to what was his name, Colonel Flag. You know, a bit of spoilers there, but you know, like Rodan's gonna be like, I am a joke. You know. He could be like the Peacekeeper of the Monsterverse or whatever it's gonna be called, legendary Monsterverse.
It'd be so funny. Like Godzilla's just like crying up, and Rodan's like, "Hey, buddy, what's wrong? You killed my wife." No, I did not. I was under the control of
Ghidorah. Yeah. He's like, bitch.
It wasn't really. Bitch, do you know what I am dealing with right now? What are you dealing with? Emotional damage. He just slams Rodan's face into the ground.
Yeah.
But I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm liking that they're keeping it very secretive of
very vague
of what it is. It's a sequel, but we don't know again what it is because again it could be another Kong movie,
could be a Godzilla movie,
could be the start of the Mothra movie series.
Yeah, perhaps, right?
Hell, it could be maybe that crossover that people are wishing, because supposedly, well, one of the crossovers supposedly,
right?
We're supposed what was it? Pacific Rim is supposed to be part of the legendary universe, so maybe this upcoming movie is the start of that,
right?
Or if, and this is my big Godzilla heart theory.
Yes.
Maybe Legendary acquired the rights from Daiei, and we're finally gonna get Gamera.
Yeah.
After how many years has been Gamera like not shown its face to like cinema? Like
probably.
I want to say decades.
Oh yeah, for sure, decades.
So again, like if this is the sign, like maybe again, Legendary picked up Gamera. Thank fucking God. Make it good if you did.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, what? How are they gonna tackle Gamera though? Is he gonna have like I will kill people along the way, or are they gonna just start it off like I am the protector of children?
Yeah, the guardian. Yeah, he as the guardian.
So
You're right.
it's like you gotta start somewhere. It's like one or the other.
Yeah. It's probably
Unless,
gonna be. Oh, I mean, sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you.
It's like unless they start like, "Hi, I'm Gamera. I'm gonna destroy shit."
I know.
Oh, this little kid changed my heart. Now I be protector.
Yeah, be protector of kids. Yeah. Or maybe it's probably gonna be one of those like misunderstood type of films. Like he's just very misunderstood, and he was just trying to protect this child.
Nobody loves me.
Nobody loves. He'll be the emotional damage. Oh.
they keep firing missiles at me when I just want to say hello.
Yeah.
And then you just see Godzilla in the news. Ah.
First time.
First time. Like first time.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, these humans, yeah.
Yeah. They're stupid. They stupid.
In my heart, yes, I do want Gamera or
Godzilla.
probably the start of the Mothra movie, her single, her standalone.
Right. Standalone stuff. Yeah.
Or fuck it, let's jump to another big monster fight. Godzilla versus Biolante.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Fuck it, man.
I mean, as we saw in Godzilla vs. Kong, some of those titans are missing.
Yeah, missing. That's right.
KIA.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are KIA, but
defeated. Defeated.
Yeah, defeated. Yeah, see, it's very ambiguous as to like what So are they? So they're not dead. What? So yeah, it's like.
Or are they back in their containment chambers? That,
yeah.
They made of like rebuilt or.
Mm-hmm. Are they tamed? Yeah.
Which again, but for me, for Legendary, I want their end game to be Destroyer. Like that's how, to me, you end Legendary's run of Godzilla. You bring in Destroyer and just cut it off there. Just say done.
Yeah.
Because you can't. To me, Legendary does not have the not finesse, but they get to play around like how
Marvel
like Toho does with Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
After a few years, it's like, you know what?
We'll do another one. Yeah.
Let's bring back like King Ghidorah. It's like, wait, isn't he dead? No, this is a completely different King Ghidorah. It's a completely different timeline. It's like I don't think Legendary would want to do that. Like just like reuse old foes.
Yeah.
Toho did that a lot.
Yeah.
Exhibit A, fucking King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla, 4 times.
Yep, I think. Yeah, I mean they did that one movie with what was it? It was Aragon, King Ghidorah, Mothra versus Godzilla, an all-out monster attack, whatever. Yeah. It's like completely unrelated to like any of these Godzilla films. It's just like a standalone Godzilla film.
It's like a standalone, but they tried to link it to the first Godzilla. Like then no, it doesn't make sense, because if you just watch the original Godzilla and then that movie, it's like, where did these things come from?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they are the protectors of Earth, King Ghidorah.
How? Yeah.
It's like King Ghidorah. Yeah, protector of Earth. Yeah.
It's like making It's like making Thanos the Avenger.
Or making Thanos a Guardian of the Galaxy,
yeah,
which he does in What If.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
But we're not a What If, where I think, again, with Legendary's like film line for Godzilla, it's a singular timeline.
Yes.
No multiverse.
No variants. Yeah.
No Loki and Wanda fucking it up.
Watch Mothra becomes like Wanda, like so just fucks up.
Watch like at the somewhere in Doctor Strange 2, Wanda is like like Wanda's doing her meditation, and then in the back it's playing like Godzilla.
Oh my god! Oh, you hear the Godzilla stomps, and you hear
It'd be like,
oh my god!
it's like, you jump in, it's like, move, Wanda. Holy shit, it is Godzilla. Then you just run over to Disney. Did you buy that property? Does Toho know this?
Yeah, right.
That's actually legendary. We bought them last night.
Oh god.
It's like,
Last night.
it's like, what do you mean you bought them last night? Here's the check.
Here's a receipt.
Here's the receipt, motherfucker. It's like dangling it.
If only if it were that simple, right?
But then I would be like, you know what? This is not far-fetched because Godzilla did fight the Avengers. No, was it the Avengers? I think it was the Avengers. Yeah, Godzilla fought against the Avengers, and then right now,
didn't he? Yeah, he appeared in either like one of those comics, like DC or fucking...
it was like a one shot.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, speaking of Godzilla versus Avengers, little segue. I'm not paid by them. There's a Godzilla vs. Power Rangers comic that just came out today.
Ooh.
I need to go grab it tomorrow.
Ooh.
And the cover looks good. Go show the chat.
I think I've caught it. It was like the Dragon Zord or whatever, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a Dragon Zord fighting Godzilla, and then yeah, you have the rest of Power Ranger stuff and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, wait,
it's like, holy shit, it looks good.
I'm like, wait, is this fan art, or is there something going on that is kind of official-ish, like third party or second party-ish? Yeah,
apparently it is official.
Yeah,
but,
or it's officially licensed, I should say.
Yeah, I think it's officially licensed, but it looks good.
Mm-hmm. Who's the publisher and all that stuff?
Publisher is Boom Studios.
Oh, okay.
And IDW Publishing.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
it's a collaboration between Hasbro, because Power Rangers, and this is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So Tommy,
right.
Jason.
Yeah, hence
Rita.
the Dragon Zord. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what's fun about this series? You would think because it's Power Rangers, it might be like different people playing it. Nope. The Rangers are based off of
the original cast.
The original cast.
Nice.
So you're like, oh.
Yeah. I wonder if one of those two guys' names was like Scud and Bulk or something like that.
Bulk and Skull.
Bulk and Skull, yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna be in there, but I'll let you know.
They gotta have a cameo or something, right? Like, at least a little background cameo or something.
Well, but for now, there's only gonna be 4 issues.
The
first one is only out today.
I see.
So for those that love Power Rangers and Godzilla, maybe give this a read.
Nice.
Or don't give it a read and just collect it.
Yeah. Keep it sealed,
Keep it sealed, wait for it to get the price like
skyrocket, yeah. Yeah, that's how it works, right? That's totally how it works.
Yeah. Come on.
Come on. Alright. Well, anything else? Because I think that's all I got.
Okay, let's see.
It might have been something that...
The last thing on our docket will be... Where's my cat? Where's my cat? My cat is missing. I don't know. What should our last docket be? Don't spend money on mobile games.
Hearing it from you.
I'm a recovering addict.
You're not recovering, my ass.
I'm half recovering.
No, you're not half. Not even. My foot. But there is one more thing I do want to bring up. Apex Legends is getting another update, and Control is coming back for another 2 weeks. I don't know when exactly, but it is coming back soon-ish. So if you Zawa have more damage to work on when it comes to that costume, there you go. If you want to work on that costume,
one that I wasted money on.
Yeah. Very much so, Zawa.
I didn't do shit. You have no proof.
Okay, right. Anyway, so that's coming back, and then you have Crypto's Heirloom also coming back as well. It's like a sword, like a katana type of thing that like folds and whatever, futuristic shit. There's a mini event, so there's like more costumes and stuff like that. From what I'm hearing, they're buffing the G7 Scout, with the double tapping and stuff like that and everything. Again, they're upping the spawn rate of the hammer point mod, and what was the other one? Oh, the kinetic feeder. That's what it was. And then they're reducing the rate of the boosted loader, the the tempo thing, the Deadeye tempo, and shatter caps. They're nerfing the rates on those, which I agree. I rarely see hammer point and kinetic feeder, so that'll definitely help out with that.
Can I just have fucking my Spitfire out of the damn
care package?
Care package, please. It's been like 2 fucking seasons.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like shit. Put back the alternator back in the care package. Just give me back my damn Spitfire.
Yeah, I don't know if the Vault is really doing all that much for the care package.
I see the Vault every now and then, but like if you like presented it like Vault or the Spitfire, majority of people are gonna grab the Spitfire.
Yeah,
Vault is there to just do like fast damage. To me, it's like you get the Spitty to just like show dominance.
Yeah. Like I mean, it's not that well. The rate of seeing it is not the issue. Yeah, I mean, the utility of it is just like, I don't know. I don't see the care package sort of like oomph for the Vault like I did with like the alternator. Alternator was like pretty good.
Care package alternator is the one that give me that.
Yeah. Because that one had like it was like disruptor rounds or whatever, which does a lot of damage on shields, but maybe not as much during flesh, when they're flesh or something like that. I forget. And also that it like fucks up their movement or something like that. I think I don't remember that well, but I could be crazy. But anyway, anything else that comes to mind? Costumes and stuff like that. That's pretty much it. I mean, just the usual like mini update stuff. You get some costumes, get some skins for your weapons if you want. Yeah. So that's that. There's a skin for Caustic I might want to grab, but I don't know. Because he does have another costume again. And then again with Lifeline, Octane. What was it? What was the other one? I think I could be mistaken, but Horizon could have one there. I know Loba has one. But yeah. That is the gist of it. So that's all I got for realsies.
Yep.
Oh, Ash. Ash was another character with a costume for this mini event. Ash. So that is pretty much it. So, all right. That's it on that. We'll be back with some news. Don't know if it'll be like a big pile like today, like with the fighting game stuff. I'll talk about Ghostwire for sure.
No, it's Tokyo Wire.
Tokyo Wire Ghost. Ghost Tokyo Wire Ghost.
Wire Tokyo Ghost.
Yeah, Wire Tokyo Ghost. Tokyo Ghost. Yeah, it's just Tokyo Ghost, man. Tokyo Ghoul. There you go. There you go. All right. Let's get out of here. Let you all go, but thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that stuff. You know the drill. And yeah, so hopefully we'll see you all in the next one next week. So have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.